Crush, we're going to talk about foam rolling your back today. So a lot of people I see rolling their backs out, they have back issues, their back's tight. As I talked about yesterday, it's probably not what you're doing in here. It's probably your fact you're sitting a lot at work, or you're sitting a lot at home watching TV, or you're sitting a lot. Sitting is a bad posture on your back. You usually end up slouching, which is bad on your back. Your hamstrings get tight, which is bad in your back. Sometimes you sit a little crooked, you're just not a good position. If you talk to any chiropractor, usually the worst position for your back is sitting. If you have back issues, they'd rather you stand or lay down. Sitting is not a good position on your back. So if you sit a lot, and you come and you put your body in a little strain, it's just gonna kind of push that needle farther towards the side where it might make it hurt. We wanna try to stay away from that. When I used to work, I had reminders on my Outlook calendar. 1 in the morning, 1 midday, 1 in the afternoon. I had 30 minutes blocked off. It was my personal time where I would go and take a walk. I would go, get up, and I would force myself to go walk somewhere. Go outside, walk around the building, walk to the break room, whatever it was, get up and walk. Otherwise, I'd find myself sitting in my chair for 3 or 4 hours, and before my posture was terrible, my back was hurting. Sitting is terrible for you. So, with all that being said, the foam roller might help a little bit, but really the best way to fix your back is get off that chair. Foam rolling your back. What it should look like is you're gonna lay on the roller on the lower part of your back. I'm gonna talk lower back today, I'll talk upper back tomorrow. You wanna keep your core engaged and your back in a neutral position and just roll to about mid-back and then back to the lower part of your back. Mid-back, lower part of your back. You can kind of hug yourself, you can kind of roll to one side or the other and kind of hit different positions, kind of see what might hurt. But what I don't like seeing people do is get on the roller, and I can't even do it, with a lay backwards. And what they're effectively doing, and it's the same thing I see people do when they use the GHDs to stretch their back, is they get in there and they lay back and they arch their back way back. Let me see if I can adjust the camera to kind of demo this. Let's see if this works. So they get in there and they get on the GHD or they get on the foam roller and they effectively do this. And they lay way back. They're putting a huge arch in your back. At no point is that a good thing for your back. I'm saying that louder because that is important. This is not a good position on your back. What supports your back and your core? Your core is not just your six-pack and your obliques. It is also your back, the whole 360s, this whole cylinder here is your core. If you're flexing like this, thinking you're helping your back, you have effectively taken your core completely out of the ability to support the back. Just like when we lift, we don't want to have our backs overly arched. I can't tighten my abs when I'm leaning way back. I can't tighten my abs here. I can't do it. There's tight abs. So when you foam roll, when you get on the foam roller, keep your back in a nice neutral position, core engaged. Don't fold over the back of the foam roller. Hit the back, keep your core engaged, and roll the back if you want to try to help support or help your back. That's foam rolling your lower back. We'll talk about the upper back tomorrow. And again, please don't get on the GHDs just fall over backwards and think you're stretching your back. You're not. You're doing more harm than good. Spend more time walking, not sitting. Get out of that car, get out of that seat that you sit in front of your computer at work, get out of that seat when you're watching TV and walk. Stretch those hamstrings. That's number one to help your back. And yeah, don't fold over the GHD. Today's workout, really quick. Pretty simple, but I'm guessing it's gonna be pretty miserable. 10 rounds. Anytime you should hear 10 rounds, warning sounds should go off. 10 rounds of a 25 calorie row. And on the odd rounds, you'll do 25 push-ups. And on the even rounds, 50 squats. So you do 25 calorie row, 25 push-ups. 25 calorie row, 50 squats, 25 calorie row, 50 push-ups, so on and so forth until you completed 10 rounds of the rowing. So you'll do 5 rounds of push-ups, that's a quick 150 push-ups. You'll do 5 rounds of squats, that's a quick 250 squats. You'll do 10 rounds of rowing, that's a quick 250 calories of rowing. That should be a fun day. Have a good, I don't know what to say, Wednesday? Have a good Wednesday.